What's going on, everyone? If you've been following along with us on social media, you would have seen that we bought a fairly large collection recently. And if you're not at Hybrid Records TX on almost all social media platforms, hybridrecordstx.com, you can subscribe to our newsletter and shop there. But yeah, long story short, we acquired the physical media collection of an old radio station. It is largely country music, but there were several hundred Spanish language LPs of varying genres, and then like a nice healthy little row or two of like some disco 12 inches and LPs, along with radio program records and things like that, lots of 45 CDs, etc. And all in all, I think Emily counted something like 64 boxes total, full of all that stuff. And so I would say we're probably talking between 5,000 and 6,000 pieces altogether. But we just got a call. I happened to be in the area. This station wasn't located in our town, but in a town nearby, and poked around, saw some stuff that interested me, and then we came to an agreement, and I went and picked it up about 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. Now with a collection that size, and you just saw some footage of it, so you can kind of get an idea of how many boxes would fill the whole van, whole cargo van. It's going to take me quite a long time to process all this stuff. So my approach was that I wanted to do the more accomplishable task first, which is kind of go through the Spanish stuff. There's, Tejano stuff, but there's cumbia, there's norteño, there's rancheras. I mean, there's like all salsa, some boogaloo type of stuff, at least a couple, not too many, but a couple. So I wanted to tackle that first, and then I'll get around to the disco stuff, because that stuff I really kind of want to listen to more intently, because that's what I DJ, and so, certainly I'm going to be wanting to keep a lot of that stuff, a lot of Sal Soul stuff, a lot of Prelude stuff, labels that I collect and what have you. So, and then, the country will whittle away at slowly, because it's going to take a long time. But that being said, we started going through some of the Spanish stuff, not done yet, haven't looked at everything yet, but some. And I've gone through a little bit of the country stuff as well, because some of it did kind of find its way into that first round of processing that we're doing. And so I just kind of wanted to show you some of it, some of the stuff that we've gone through and priced already, some of the stuff that we're currently working on cleaning and pricing and all that kind of stuff. And, the thing about this collection, and one of the reasons that, I was willing to take on such an insane volume despite being in such a small space, is that there was a lot of stuff that seemed to have never been played. Like a perfect example, and one of the things where it kind of clicked in my brain, I wanted to pick this up, was Guy Clark's Old Number One. There's some obscenities in some of those songs, I guess. He calls the landlord a son of a bitch, and so it didn't get played on the air. And it looks like it never got played, and it is pristine, and I'm very sorry, but that one's coming home with me. I've been after it for a long time. People have been trying to buy it off me when I'm playing it in the shop for a while, but, so I get too carried away. But, when I saw that and what condition was in, and looked at some other records that were also in great condition, Someone's on the Roof, I knew, like, okay, got to pick this up. So let's just take a look at some stuff right off the bat. The country stuff goes from probably mid-60s to like the latest, I think, is 89 or 90 that I've found. But a lot of all that kind of stuff in between. So, we got a Lyle Lovett joint here. Gotta love him. A Townes record I've never seen before, Live and Obscure on Sugar Hill. Has a lot of great tracks on there, kind of Live at the Old Quarter-esque, but not quite as clean a recording quality, and he has some accompaniment on it. Still Homeboy Up on the Roof. Clint Black. I don't think we've ever had that one before. Jesus. Larry John Wilson. If you've seen Heart-Worn Highways, he has a great performance in there. And then Spanish stuff. Like I said, a lot of stuff I've never seen. I've never seen this Johnny Hernandez record before. It's on Chicano Records out of San Antonio. And all the stuff I've showed you so far is on our website. You can go buy it there. There's some stuff that's on our Discogs, and especially with the Spanish stuff, there's a lot on eBay, on our eBay right now. I'll link all that stuff below. This is a record that I love, and the only reason I'm not keeping it is because I have a copy already. It's not in the shrink like this one is, but it's still very good. But it's got Just a Little Bit of You, funky disco song, A Lonely Day, NL Disco. I mean, there's a lot of really good Latin disco stuff on here. Very good record. Los Nortenitos del Control, pretty much all cumbia, with maybe one or two exceptions, but that one's good. I've liked that one a lot. Here's one on Discos Fuentes that I've been digging, you know, a cumbia record through and through. This one's coming home with me because I like spooky shit, but this is Mr. Chivo, and it's got Soy Dracula on there, and, you know, this one's on Freddie Records, and the gritos on that song get a little spooky, and there's like some kind of spooky stuff on there that I like a lot, so that one's very cool. This one, now I'm showing some stuff that I'm gonna keep, but it's in line with a lot of what's in there. And, you know, with this band, Illusion 6, or Illusion 6, however you want to say it, it's on Ramex. There's a lot of Ramex stuff in there. Great label for cumbia, salsa, merengue, all that kind of stuff. Very recognizable label. This one's really good. A lot of good cumbia on there, but you know, great record. This is in the more like kind of psych-ish kind of tinge to it. There was, you know, some bands like A Los Moonlights that used to, or A Los Yaqui, you know, those bands used to kind of do psych covers or like Beatles covers, and, you know, but in Spanish and stuff like that. But this one's a little bit in that vicinity on Discos Joey. Dig that one a lot. Another good one with, you know, kind of more like cumbia, salsa. This one's actually on Salsoul, the salsa series, but it's, you know, got that vibe to it, really good. Impacto Tropical, more cumbia, good stuff. There's some other stuff from this group. I believe the group is Tropical Florida, but I don't know. Not a lot of information about some of this stuff, but this is on Viva. A lot of these kinds of compilations of cumbia stuff that I'm still going through and I'm going to put out, but so you can expect to see more of that. Here's another kind of compilation joint right here. That's kind of stuff that I think is going to find its way into some of my sets. But stuff that I'm still going through, can't really speak much to it at this point because I haven't gone through it yet, but another Ramex one. These will probably find their way onto our eBay page soon. Another compilation. This is one that I'm definitely going to listen to before I let it go, because it's cumbia front to back, Grupo Galaxia on Ramex. There's one rock song on here. Everything else is straight cumbia. So, you know, like I said, there's a lot of this stuff that, you know, we're still going through. I don't know if there's anything else in this stack right here that's worth showing. This looks cool. Costa Chica, cumbia. One ranchetta, or, sorry, 2 ranchetta songs, and then cumbia the rest of the way. And I mean, like, you know, this is on the famous Fama label, a popular label, but just look at how immaculate that is. I mean, some of these records are pristine. It doesn't seem like they played a lot of the cumbia stuff on there, or the salsa stuff. I mean, there's a sealed, I believe his name's Tacho Rivera, a salsa record. But, you know, we found some sealed stuff. Anyway, all this to say is that right now, there's a ton of great Spanish stuff out in the shop, a ton of great Spanish stuff on our eBay, some country and Spanish stuff on our Discogs as well, but that there is more to come, because I have, just by my desk, a stack like this of stuff that I haven't gone through. There's another stack like staring me in the face right there, and then crates and crates and crates and boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff that we still have yet to go through and get posted, priced, cleaned, whether it goes in the store or it goes on eBay or whatever the case may be. This is me letting you know to keep an eye out for that, because Lots of good stuff is going to be coming out over the next weeks and months. So yeah, that's kind of just like a little tiny taste of what all is in there. And, you know, like I said, there's so much that I think we're going to need to do like a follow-up video as I start uncovering more stuff. Especially, I would probably be just one video just for the disco stuff on its own, because just scratching the surface of that as well. So yeah, keep an eye out on the channel. The links for all the places where you can look at some of that stuff and, you know, buy it if you'd like, or whatever, are linked in the description. And yeah, happy hunting. I hope you find some cool stuff buried in the crates sometime soon, and we'll be back with another video at some point.